You're listening to the Mindful Mama podcast, and a special bonus episode. I'm sharing with you the beginning of this week's Mindful Parenting membership coaching call. And I did a little talk and meditation on healing. I hope that this offering helps you to create more healing in your own life and for your community in this difficult time. Speaking a little bit, hi Lynn, great to see you, about how, and not everyone's in the States, but how intense this is, this time. You know, there's a lot of real outrage, heartbreak, and there's a lot of news, and it isn't either or. It isn't either you're outraged and you're angry, or you're peaceful and you can't. There's room for both. There's room for all of that. And there's even room for the sadness and the grief of what's happening and the heartbreak for our Black and brown neighbors and friends and relatives. And there's also room for moments of peace and moments of joy as well. It's not either or. We can practice both, and we need both, and we need the practice of curiosity and open-mindedness, of practicing to understand rather than condemn, and understand and offer compassion for the suffering that people are going through. If we're white, right, like just kind of like looking around, a lot of us are. You know, for me, I hadn't thought that much about my privilege to go for a run and not be killed or shot, to grow up and not have to be able to teach my children how to tie their shoes and not how to stay safe and alive when they're little kids. And I think we're all kind of like, you know, becoming aware of that, and that's heartbreaking. It's sad. And I think it's good for us to wake up to that. It's good for us. And so I invite you to know that whatever level of engagement and support you feel comfortable with is okay. You can choose your lane. You can be informed. Tonight in my community, my small community, we're going to go do a vigil, candlelight vigil. We're going to take our kids. Seems like pretty safe. We're not going to Philly, which is half hour away from me. But whatever lane you choose is okay. And maybe that lane is just listening and learning and becoming aware. And maybe part of your lane is taking care of yourself and keeping your groundedness to hold things and be present for your family, right? We have different times when we have more levels of our concentric circle is small, or we broaden it. But I just want to encourage us to practice to be that peace, to be what we want to see in the world, so we want to have the world be for our families and our kids. And I've been finding more resources. I'll be reaching out. I'll be bringing authors onto the podcast, talking about how to talk to kids about this. So I'm reaching out too for that. But I think that we can move towards this curiosity about what's happening, and this awakening towards what's happening, because we do see that like silence is kind of not working. It's not working for anyone. So there's this invitation to broaden our awareness, but also I want to invite you to know yourself and to ground yourself, and to also to not be afraid of joy and gratitude too, even when things are hard and there's a lot of suffering everywhere. I'm going to share with you a quote by Jack Kornfield. This is a really great book, great resource, The Wise Heart by Jack Kornfield. And he writes this, and I'm going to share it to you. And we're going to do some meditation on on gratitude. As gratitude grows, it gives rise to joy. We experience the courage to rejoice in our own good fortune and the good fortune of others. In joy, we are not afraid of pleasure. And this is the piece I want to invite you to see. We do not mistakenly believe it's disloyal to the suffering of the world to honor the happiness that we have been given. We do not mistakenly believe it's disloyal to the suffering of the world to honor the happiness we have been given. So there's room for both, and there's room for all of those things. So I invite you to sit now, take a moment to roll your shoulders back, put your feet on the ground. Close your eyes if that makes you feel comfortable, and we'll sit together. So start with a deep, deep breath into the belly. Breathe into the chest. Breathe all the way up. And exhale out a big sigh, big loud sigh. Again, breathe into the belly. Breathe into the chest. Breathe all the way up. Breathe in, and no one can hear you. Big loud sigh. Just let go. And then for today, I invite you to put maybe one hand to your heart, one hand to your belly, or both hands to your heart, whatever feels comfortable. And just kind of take a moment. Feel your breath. Notice where you feel it most. And take a moment to just scan through your body. Notice what's happening in your head and face, jaw, throat, shoulders and chest, arms, hands, notice sensations in your belly and pelvis. Notice your legs and feet. The world is chaotic and there's no ground to stand on, and that's okay. We can still rest our bodies. Just for right now, we can let go of what we've been holding. We can let go of any certain way we have to feel. Let go of being the one in control. And instead let the earth support you. So we're going to do a meditation on gratitude. And then we're going to shift into a meditation on loving kindness that we'll send out to the world. So I invite you to follow along. With gratitude, I remember the people, animals, plants, insects, creatures of the sky and the sea, of the air and water, fire and earth, all whose joyful exertion blesses my life every day. With gratitude, I remember the care and labor of 1,000 generations of elders and ancestors who came before me. I offer my gratitude for the safety and well-being that I have been given. I offer my gratitude for the blessings of this earth I have been given. I offer my gratitude for the measure of health I have been given. I offer my gratitude for the family and friends I have been given. I offer my gratitude for the teachings and lessons I have been given. I offer my gratitude for the life I have been given. Now I invite you to just open yourself to think about your feet on the earth and imagine this blue-green planet and see that our brothers and sisters on this planet are suffering. And I invite you to picture kind of like a wave of light that's moving forward from your body forward. See the children and the babies, the animals, the plants, the grandmothers and the grandfathers. Imagine, picture all these nurses. Picture the all of our all people, our Black neighbors and friends and relatives, our brown neighbors and friends and relatives, our people in all jobs, including our police forces and our military, everybody who is suffering, all beings everywhere. Picture all of these beings also behind you, friends, family, neighbors, people you don't like. People who are suffering, people who are even animals and plants, all beings. Imagine it like a light coming out from your body and spreading outward as far as you can go. And may all beings be safe. Say these words to yourself as I say them out loud. May all beings be safe. May all beings know compassion. May all beings be filled with loving kindness. May all beings be safe. May all beings be healthy. May all beings be filled with vast compassion. And may all beings be filled with loving kindness. And may this touch everyone around them as well. And including you in that picture, may all beings be safe. May all of us be healthy. May all of us be filled with compassion. Let it grow like a flower, like a lotus coming from the mud. No mud, no lotus. From the mud and muck of our suffering, may a lotus of awakening and compassion grow. and heal our hearts. May all beings be filled with compassion and loving kindness. And may this bloom across the earth. And may we be part of that blooming by putting our feet on the ground, cultivating that peace within ourselves. And we'll do it in these next breaths, right here and now. May this call be an offering of the heart from me to you and you to me, and from all of us to our families, our communities, and to the whole dang world. Because as we create more peace in ourselves, we create more peace for everyone. And gently blinking, open your eyes as you're ready. So nice to see you all. So I wanted to share that I felt like it was important for us to do meditation. I know that, and I want you to know that you're not alone, that as you meditate, wishing compassion and peace for others, there are thousands and thousands around the world doing the same. Thank you so much for listening. If this has helped you, please share it with others you think it may help them. And for more resources, you can go to mindfulmamamentor.com for more resources on how to bring a mindfulness practice into your own life. Go to mindfulmomguide.com. Thank you so much. Namaste.